Okay, so guys, welcome back, and we're going to be designing from scratch, seeing how we can come to and from idea to full implementation of the design we have. So we want to try and improve on this. We'll be making use of some of the elements of designs and also the principles instead of designs. So I have two color palettes, but this is the monochromic approach to designing with just two color palettes. So I have them from different shades, from brighter one to darker one. So let's just work with this. So first thing, I'm going to draw a background. I will have all the assets down below. Also, I'll have the color codes, or I'll just have the source files. I'll also place the source file a into a drive, and then I'll drop the link down below for you guys. So I'm making use of the colors, these two colors, or instead the two colors here, and then I'll see how to try and mix them and achieve something gradient. So I already have like an idea in my head, but I just want to work with that, what I have, and see how I can just come into something at the end. So I have my background first. You could, in case your interface is not looking like this, you could change the interface by going to Windows, Workspace, and change to Essential Classic, and you have this interface. Don't mind me, this is just the latest version, but you could, any of the version could actually work also. So I have this. I want to try and see if I could use pattern shapes, like irregular shapes, and just create like layers and layers upon that. So let's just use the curvature tool here. You click, so we have the shape like this. You click here, click here, and let's see if we could work with this. Okay, so we have this. We'll be applying gradient to it. Remember the two colors we have. Let's take them to the side, this part. So we'll be applying gradient effects to this. You could see the gradient here, and then you could click on a linear gradient. You click on this part, and you could use the color picker to pick here, and you could also use this one to probably pick this, but in this case let's stick to the ones at the top. Use this to pick the one here, and use this to pick the one here. Or we go darker. Yes, that is good. You could go to the gradient that's here, or you could just press the letter G, and then you could adjust them, rotate them to how you want them to be. So we're going to be doing more of this. We have this already, so let's see if we could create something under of it, and then work with that. You send that to the back. I send it to the back, so maybe it's going to be like that. So I use the gradient and also see how I can adjust it. Something like this. Pick it up a little bit. Good. Now we're going to be adding shadows. So we're using the shapes itself to add the shadows to those parts. But we could also create more of here. Okay, so I think we should just try and eliminate that one there. And go back to the curvature to create the band here. And, yeah, so I think this is good. We could bring it in this case. Scale it up a little bit so the auto extrusion doesn't go up. So it'll be like this. Rotate it, I think. Rotate. Good. And I think I could, no, do not eliminate you. I think I could eliminate you in this case, and then scale this up. Or duplicate you, send it in front. Already just change the positioning for you. I'll place you in this case. Do that like so, and do it again. and change the positioning for you, bring it there, and we could take it up to, and I want to try applying. Let's just group this part, group, and you just like that, and we select the two of them. We come to the effect, we come to blur, we come to radar blur, and we want to apply the spin effect. Let's make it 20 and okay, and wait for it to load. Most times to use most of your machine power, or processing power. Yeah, and something like this. So there's something I usually do most times to try and see how it would look here. If I want, I could just mask it and probably select a shape, create a shape on front, and select everything together, and just decide to just create a clip-in mask and see how it looks when it's been clip masked or something like that. Or if I want, I could just do something that is just quick, but because I have another artboard here, it won't be too, so I could trim it and see how it trims from outside of artboards, but there's an artboard here, so it's going to extrude into that artboard. So we could untrim the view and just continue working. So this is it. Take this to the side, and then we begin to import images, PNG images instead. Or yeah, so I already have my images already there. I have created, I have like edited them in Photoshop. Just import them. There's a shortcut Ctrl Shift P to import, and then we just import and see how we could. So image, come to the front, please, so I don't know what I am getting from here. Images to the front. You could place this here. You could decide to transform, reflect, and okay, and scale it down a little bit. Then have another image. That's the last one here, and she's going to be here. Could scale up and like so. So this is it. Now we'll use this as the main capture, just have them as list. In this case, I think we can bring this here. I think that there are better ways to do something like that. So the backgrounding, it came out a little bit well, although not the way I wanted it to be. So anytime you adjust an element of it, it takes time to readjust every other thing into different positions to ensure that the effect is spread around. So we have something like this, and you could just create your own background uniquely and see. So we have this case where I could decide to just adjust one of it and see how it will look. You understand? And then good. So yeah, something like this. And I love this dark part to be here because my text pop out very well. So let's introduce our text. It's Sa1. Nigeria, and our text character is up here. I definitely would prefer that, yeah, to hide for me. So I have my own text. I want to use monument, but instead of using monument, because it should be more feminine, or should I say more feminine or something like that? Yes, I could use this font in this case. Let's scale it up to the maximum, but I might change font, I think, because it's not sitting like the way I want it to be. And it's expanded, too expanded. Okay, so I think this is good. And then I'll begin to play between light and stuff like that. So we change it to white and scale it up a little bit, and then close the lead between them. So I don't want them all to be the same text weight. I could decide to make this light or just regular, and in Nigeria and the Savoy should be probably the same thickness. Or instead, let's make you regular 2. Good. Bring down, and we can begin to mention the ones we have. I will also need some of these containers, although it's not labeled, so just there. So some of the containers, some of the details. A command adore Yep, so I got 2 products, right? Why I would just see how I could just place them. And I think I shouldn't probably show the name of the product. And maybe have one here. Break the rules. We have this, scale it up. And then we have another. I'll duplicate that one. And then this one, select, we deselect, bring it to the top. So I want to introduce a little bit of shadow to it. And how do I do that? I come and I just randomly trace it. And such way I could bring it down. Select this part and bring it down. To this, double click, bring it down a little bit, and take it up. I'll zoom in so we will be very precise with what we're working with. Yeah, in this case, yeah. So in this case, I think this will be okay like this. Then we change the color to black and reduce the opacity to about 20, and then blur, Gaussian blur, and send it behind the E. We could also increase it in case we want to have more. And then turn it to the back. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I think this is it. In case it's not given, we could also increase it to be more, yeah, something like that. So I think you see how the blur is in this case, and we could have this flying around. So just like that, scale it up, and we'll apply the blur effect to it. 30 is too strong, so 30 to 20 will be okay. Could have also this, try and see if we could apply one of the without blurs. So blur, without blur, in this case we could zoom it and make it 40, okay, and that's the zoom for it. It should not block any of our faces, and good. So I want to also try light leaks. Send this behind her. We also apply light leaks in this case. So how do I do that? I could come here, create an ellipse tool. I will be using the radar, but in this case we won't have to change this to something. Sorry, you double click on it, and you choose a lighter part for this, and you double click on this, you choose a lighter one to the lightest. Then we'll change opacity of this to 0, but that's not entirely what we'll do. We will also apply an effect. We'll apply the roughen effect in this case. We could increase it like this, and we could make it smooth if you want, and then in this case it's just going to be like this. There's nothing different, except you want to just increase the roughing and then allow it to go inside deep. Then probably you could add another one, say maybe the without blur, and allow it to spin, and then maybe something like that. While I wait for it to load. So probably you want something like this. This could also work. Yeah, I think we should just work with this instead. Then probably in other videos we'll try and show you. I'll show you different methods. There are like up to 5 methods you could use to create light effects. And this is one of them. And in case he's showing you this, you could go to the appearance panel and you will be able to see all of them. So this is the radar blur, and this is the roughen effect. So you could adjust them to how you want it. Make it 50 in this case, and yeah, so I think the 50 is strong, but 40 or 35 will be better, and we could make the roughing a little bit deep. Go down, just 50 is okay. Okay, so I think this is good. We could also add make it so it's too pronounced in this case, and then we could work on something. Let's have a duplicate of that. Click on it, and we go to opacity. We'll change the normal to soft light, and it's down, so we could change to overlay to see which one works better. But I think this is like having much effect on the skin instead of, so you could play with it and see which one works best. If it's too harsh, we could drop the opacity to about 45 or so. Then we'll have a duplicate, Ctrl C, Ctrl F to have a duplicate of that. So it's like 45 plus 45 to give you about 45 will give you 90. So that's about 90. But in this case, we don't want it to be too pronounced, so we could go with the soft light. So the soft light will working on a different aspect, while the other one will work on a different aspect. So we could have that. And if you don't want it to probably show on her face, you could bring the other lady on top. She's bring her on top, so you just act on justice, and then we could have a duplicate where I place it in front of them and work this to be 100%, and we could have a duplicate of that. Ctrl C, Ctrl F again. Control C, Control F, and so this one could just be the one with the overlay. There, yeah, so something with the overlay, and then we will have duplicate of it like that, and then probably change it to the normal, but we'll reduce the opacity to about 50. So yeah, so I think this works for us. Having another of this fly behind her could also work. Could rotate it and just put it behind her, so it feels down like this space in that aspect. We also work on the opacity and the Gaussian blur, and then yeah, so I think this is enough. This is enough for what I think we'll be working with, and I hope this actually is the improvement from this to this. So you could see the major improvement between the two of them. Or you could see the improvement, or you could see the difference, major difference between the two of them. So you could tell me if this is a yes or a no for this. But let me just do a little bit of packaging so everything works well. So I'll just want to clip mask. So it's the final thing when you send it to a client. It's always good you do the clipping mask so you see how it looks like. Then you ensure you select everything like so, and then you say clipping mask. So it clips with everything on top, and that is the end of everything. So this is the before and this is the after. If it's a plus, then give you the follow or give you the subscribe, and if it's still basically checking for the next one. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.